Welcome into the Cowboys Report. I am your host, Tom Downey. It is time now for one of our live mailbags, which happen at our 4 p.m. Eastern Time Thursday shows and after the games on Sunday or sometimes Monday or Thursday, depending on when the Cowboys play. From Ryan, do you think our defensive line will get more pressure on the opposition frequently when Randy Gregory returns? A sign from Aldon Smith seems like we should be better up front. Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't know what the Cowboys are going to get from Gregory. I think that if you can give Dorrance Armstrong snaps to Randy Gregory, that will be a significant boost because Dorrance Armstrong right now has 0 pressures. He's been out there for almost a quarter of the snaps, 22% of them. 0 pressures. Tank's been out there for double and has 6 of them. Griffin's got 9. Smith's got 13. The interior guys have been a big-time problem for you. I honestly wouldn't mind maybe you try out DeMarcus Lawrence interior on some pass rush plays just to see if getting Poe or Crawford off the field helps you out a little bit more. Your defensive line has not lived up to expectations. If Gregory can give you a couple pressures per game instead of Dorrance Armstrong, it's better, just like that. From Eric Rodriguez, who are you looking for in the draft for the Dallas Cowboys? Now, stop me, folks, if I've said this before. Any safety. Just any safety out there. I don't care from where. There's a bunch of different options. Producer Brett says drink for that, so I need a new beer. Any safety. Like, Texas has some. USC's got some guys. Pitt has several. TCU's got 2 good guys. All the colleges have safeties. Just pick a safety. Heck, go sign one right now if you want. So get your votes in. You guys know, for those of you who have watched the show for a very long time, I fall in love with a safety every single year. I just do. And I still am looking at safeties because they need help there. It's not that hard. They're rolling out Darian Thompson every week. I don't care if it's Earl Thomas or not. I'm not drinking for that one. But I don't care if it's Earl Thomas or Eric Reed or Clayton Geathers for all I care about. Go sign a safety. You need somebody out there. So type Y for yes. Type N for no. I absolutely think that if you roll out Darian Thompson, Carr, Worley every week, it's going to be a disaster. I say Y for yes. From Travell Steele, does the team get better if McCarthy starts calling the plays? I don't know, maybe? The issue here is that the Cowboys' starts have been bad. And McCarthy took the job because he was either forced or desperately wanted to keep Kellen Moore as the play caller. If they make the change already, that's bad. That's a really bad sign. Now, in terms of Lael's injury, do we trade him away? If it's significant, you're not getting anything for him. So, no, you don't trade away injured guys because you're getting pennies on the dollar for a guy who was a top 5 right tackle in the NFL last season. Speaking of McCarthy, I want you guys to grade him so far this year. A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. I've been pretty whelmed to underwhelmed, so that will be a C or a D for me. It's still early. I'm not going to panic yet, but the Cowboys are going to have to get things going in the very near future. From Zeno saying, here's what helps the defense. LVE gets back, Sean Lee, and Earl Thomas. Bottoms up, I drink for every Earl Thomas super chat because I was drinking too much, said the boss. Thank you. Thank you for the super chats. That helps the defense. It might not fix your problems, and that's a whole more in-depth discussion looking at that secondary. From MILF Hunter. Okay, can't say that. Do you think Dak will leave the Cowboys this offseason? If he does, what team is he going to sign with? Hashtag Siege the Day. Isn't that the Bucks hashtag? I'll have someone check that behind the scenes. I don't think Dak leaves the Cowboys this offseason. They have the money available. They can franchise tag him at worst. Now, the next offseason, we're going to have that conversation because at that point, Dak hits the open market. There will be teams, maybe it's the Bucks or the Colts or the Saints or whomever, with a lot of cap space trying to throw money at Dak Prescott. From Cole Myers, what changes to the offensive play calls have you liked so far, and what have you been disappointed with? First off, not enough play action. Run all of it. You should be the number one team in play action. You have Zeke Elliott. The minute you paid him, you established the run, which you don't need to anyway, but that's beside the point. Run play action. I thought that the game plan in week 3, I thought it was actually better. It was tough to judge week 2 because they kept fumbling. I did not like the week 1 game plan. I want to see more shots early. I think the lack of the offensive line has been an issue there. But I do think that they've allowed Dak to throw it a little bit more on early down, especially compared to the rest of the NFL. I think that's your recipe for success with this Cowboys team. From Keel Hayes, why not start the game going up-tempo to established rhythm, more read option? Oh, our defense is pure dumpster juice. First off, isn't dumpster juice just pee? Isn't that all it is? And isn't it just like leftover soda and a bunch of gross stuff? I don't know why I'm talking about that. We're cutting this out. We're cutting this out. We're cutting this out of the cut. To answer your question, Keel, great question. I don't know why they don't establish more up-tempo stuff and utilize more read option. They don't seem to love to use Dak Prescott's legs. Maybe they're worried about him getting injured because he does take some hits. But, yeah, I would like to see more up-tempo stuff because it works. It works for the Cowboys. So, keep doing it. I don't know, right? All right, from my fake burner account, Tom, do you see the Cowboys winning a Super Bowl in your adult life? God, I hope so. Because if I have to go 50-some-odd years with no Super Bowl, I'm not going to make it to 50. Let's just put it that way. Now, some positivity for you guys here. NFC East odds. The Cowboys are still, by a significant margin, your betting favorite. Minus 250 with our friends over at BetUS. The Washington football team, they're not interested. They got terrible odds. The Giants suck this year. And Carson Wentz and the Eagles look broken. So despite being 1-2, the Cowboys, by a significant margin, are your betting favorite in the NFC East. Go place a bet at chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code Cowboys125. Alan Williams, our secondary sucks. I'm going to translate for you. Who gets the call from the practice squad or from free agency to start for us? And don't say Earl Thomas. So first off, that is an Earl Thomas super chat. Thank you, Alan. I would say Eric Reed. I would go pursue that option. I think he could start day one as a strong safety, kind of almost linebacker hybrid. The problem is when you look at the practice squad, you got Steven Parker, Rashad Robinson, Chris Westry's not there yet. You don't have options. Maybe you just give Donovan Wilson a shot because it's just not working right now. From Stephen McLean, is it the defensive coordinator or the personnel that failed us? I think it's both to an extent. Look, I don't think it's really tough to blame the DC when there's just blown coverages. That means that the players messed up. Now, can you argue, as some Cowboys players have, that there was too much going on the defense? Sure. But half of the blown coverages are because they get suckered in on every single free agent or every single play action. They are the worst team against play action in the NFL as far as I'm concerned. So between the two, I'm going to blame the personnel. They have to get better. Hopefully more time learning the scheme will pay off, but you're running low on time here, guys. All right, next up, trade DeMarcus Lawrence and get a third-round pick, a fifth-rounder, and a number 2 cornerback. A couple things. A, I don't know what number 2 cornerback you're going to get. Also, this team's issue isn't that you lack a number 2 corner. I think Diggs can be your number 2 guy. I think Cheeto could be a number 2 guy when healthy. You don't have a number 1. You lack a good number 2 safety and arguably a good number 1 safety as well. So, sure, you can trade away Lawrence and get a number 2 corner. I don't know who that is, but now you have issues at defensive end because Alden Smith, Everson Griffin are on 1-year deals. And Lawrence's contract is not very tradable. So in the end, just keep Lawrence and pray he returns to form because you're going to be in trouble if not. Now, if you want to be a part of our live mailbags, all you guys have to do is subscribe and then tune in. It's really easy. So if you haven't already, to the 1,200 people watching live right now, hit the big red button, subscribe to the #1 Cowboys YouTube channel out there. That way, you don't miss a single thing around your favorite NFL team. Molten Citrus, what are the chances we will see Donovan Wilson start literally one snap? Can I make it play one snap? Because if so, yes, I guarantee it. Start? Guys, I know how everyone feels about Donovan Wilson because he was great in the preseason. I think it should matter a little bit that the Jason Garrett-led coaching staff and the Mike McCarthy-led coaching staff have decided he shouldn't start. With a coach, by the way, who coached Wilson at A&M. So, could they be wrong? Yes, absolutely. That should matter, though. Another super chat from my burner account. Are we closer to a Super Bowl or a complete team blow-up? That's a good one. I think that... I don't know what to say here. This is really good. This is a good one. We're going to put it on next show, too. I think that in terms of what the Cowboys would do, they consider them closer to being a Super Bowl contender. If you don't pay Dak Prescott, which I think is a possibility for this team, unquestionably, you are closer to a complete team buildup. And because you haven't paid Dak yet, I think it might actually be blow up. I don't think you're that far away from either. You're kind of in this weird spot, for this year especially. Like, if you miss the playoffs, maybe you blow it up. If you make the playoffs, of course, you're close to the Super Bowl. And, oh, look, that makes you an 8-8 team, just like they've been for years. All right, Billy Bean, you think Joe Thomas should play Mike so Jalen can chase someone down? I mean, look, the problem here is that the Mike and Will roles, the middle linebacker, the weak side linebacker role for the Dallas Cowboys, are more or less the same. They're asking them to do the exact same things in coverage. They'll let Jalen Smith blitz a little bit more. So, yes, I want to see that. But there are going to be times where you ask Jalen to cover. You can't just have him blitz or play a side zone every single play. That's not how things work. So, he just has to be a little bit better, or you're going to be in a pretty rough spot. All right, from Caleb Queen, what is going on with one Taylor Rapp? Now, that is a player who I know many of you have been trying to draft. Now, as weird as things sound, Taylor Rapp lost his job to Jordan Fuller somehow. Like, Rapp was not playing a ton. He did get on the field a little bit more this past game. He had, I think, 7 tackles or something against the Buffalo Bills. Basically started. He was kind of almost a backup for them. So if you could trade for him, which is what you're really asking, Caleb, I know you want to trade for him. I say sure. I'm not convinced that ends up happening for the LA Rams. Now, there are also some Cowboys deals we want to let you guys know about. Cowboys face coverings are on sale at chatsports.com/CowboysMask. In fact, you can save up to 30% on some of their multi-pack options, including the awesome America-themed ones right here. They're available at chatsports.com/CowboysMask. They have individual ones, but also multi-packs from 2 to 4. Check the comments and the description. We'll put that link in there for you. From Rage Struggs, was Malik Turner a good signing? In terms of like what you were asking him to do, in terms of like being a special teams guy who's never, in theory and ideally, actually going to be able to play on offense, sure. Malik Turner was your Ventel Bryant replacement. That's what he was doing. And that's what he's done so far. He's averaged almost 15 special team snaps per game. So sure, he's just not going to be anything special. Carter Berger, could you do a mock trade for us to get Denzel Ward? I mean, sure, I guess. It starts with a mid-round or a first-round pick. The Browns are not trading away their number 1 corner. Doesn't make sense for them. So, yeah, first-round pick, and they probably still say no. I'm sorry. From Joseph, should we trade for Desmond King at the deadline if the Chargers think they'll lose him, so I'll briefly say here, it does matter if the Chargers are competing. If the Chargers are good, they're not going to trade him because they're trying to win games. I think King is at his best in the slot, but he can play some safety too. So I would explore it, but I'm not convinced LA actually trades him away.